Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of Pointing to the Cross. And a word of encouragement today in these troubling times. And it seems that everything is so turbulent. And one place that we can turn in the Scriptures to be a source of encouragement to us, I believe, is Psalm 46. Psalm 46. And the psalmist begins by telling us this: God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time of trouble. Our refuge as believers doesn't depend on the government. Our refuge as believers doesn't depend on who's in the State House or the White House or the Senate or any other house. It depends upon God Himself. He is our refuge. He is our source of strength. He is our very present help in time of trouble. And notice that He is a present help. He is a present help in time of trouble. It's not something, He's not afar off. The Bible tells us that He will never leave us nor forsake us. But then He says this in verse 2, and moving forward, He says, therefore we will not fear. Fear, false evidence appearing real, all right? Fear is a liar. And He says, we're not going to do it because God is our refuge. He's our source of strength. He's our help in time of trouble. And therefore, I'm not going to be afraid of what's going to happen. I'm not going to be afraid of what's coming tomorrow or next week or around the bend somewhere else. Therefore, we will not fear, even though the earth be removed. And though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though its waters roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with its swelling. Doesn't matter what happens, the psalmist says, I'm not going to be afraid, because God is my God. He's still on the throne and He's still in control. He's sovereign, He's omniscient, He's omnipotent, He's all-powerful, and He is my source of strength. He is my help in trouble, and that is where I am going to go to feel safe. You can go and feel safe every day. You can abide in His refuge, in His presence. You have that privilege, that distinct privilege and joy to go into His presence. So I hope that you take advantage of that today and meet Him at the throne of grace. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Pointing to the Cross.